mornings to everybody. Welcome to the Dice Tower. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Joey Evans.
I'm not wearing one. I'm not wearing one today. Nah, I'm not about that.
All right.
No, I'm good.
No hat crew.
I have no hair though.
Well, neither is Joey. That's a very nice toupee.
Don't pull on it.
Is that really what that is?
Looks
That's
nice,
a
right?
really good one.
It looks real?
It looks really real.
Thanks, buddy.
Give it a pull.
No, don't do that. I super glued it on.
Also, he's wearing a Scooby-Doo mask. That's actually Mike DeLisio there.
It's a Mission Impossible mask.
All right. Welcome to the Dice Tower. Hey, we are a couple days away from the Summer Spectacular. Lots of cool games coming your way next week. Middle of building up the new studio now. Also, today is May 29th, which means we are 17 days from the closure of ticket sales for Dice Tower East. So,
what are you doing if you don't have tickets yet?
That's right.
What are you doing? Zoom in on me. Zoom. You got to get your tickets, people. Let's go.
It's going to be a good time. We have so many games. We're going over the list of hot games today.
A lot
of the games we're playing next week in the Summer Spectacular will be there. We got publishers coming in. We got special events happening. Pro ZD is going to be there. We're doing a top 10 list with him.
Tom will be there.
Possibly.
Joey might be there.
I might. I got stuff to do with the new studio.
Anyway, come on out. Check it out, DicetowerEast.com. All right, well, let's jump into the news. Sponsored by I'll Play. Here we go. All right, first, and this is pretty big news, actually, Tabletop Tycoon has acquired Blood Rage, Rising Sun, Ankh, and more. I'll just say the more. Arcadia Quest and Arcadia Quest. Yes. They have acquired these from CMON. Now, all 5 of these games at one point were the linchpin of CMON.
Cream of the crop.
As with all games, everything fades over time unless you are super evergreen, which none of these are. They were all very good sellers, and Blood Rage probably more than maybe Arcadia Quest has done pretty well too. I'm not sure about the numbers.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was a different time when Arcadia Quest is the oldest of all these games.
Yeah.
And I do wonder if the numbers really maybe don't necessarily work out. But you're right. Blood Rage is the big hitter here, the heavy hitter. The rest of them all did really, really well.
Right.
Ones in a big push, in a big campaign. And then I'm sure they sold. But
that's what I'm saying. I think Blood Rage still does okay in retail, as does, I think, possibly Arcadia Quest.
Yeah, the rest did well. But, again, it was kind of like one big push. Still, this is a huge get.
This is massive.
So the thing is, we don't know all the details behind it. We just know Tabletop Tycoon just acquired these. Tabletop Tycoon has also just acquired Canvas, and Tabletop Tycoon is known already for having Everdell. So they're a pretty big player at this point.
Yeah.
I think, if I was a betting man, that they are angling to be bought by Asmodee.
We call that the merge. It's an Ankh joke.
If you have to explain the joke 1 second after you say it.
Don't know if somebody played it.
Anyhow,
it's a good joke, I thought.
Anyway, I think they're going to be bought by Asmodee because Asmodee just recently announced that the tariffs were not going to affect their planning to buy more companies.
Who does that?
Is that really what they said?
Yes.
I missed that.
It's like
we're still buying you up.
That's like almost a threat.
I know. You better keep your nose clean. You're going to get purchased.
Digesting Spot It. It's time for another company.
Every one of the companies is nervous except for the one guy who owns it. Is like, all right, let's talk.
Okay, so this puts Tabletop Tycoon. Tabletop Tycoon already has a pretty huge booth at Gen Con. I don't know if you remember last year. They had a big tree for Everdell. They had a pinball machine. A pretty big booth, but it was also filled with Everdell and boxes.
Well, now when you buy one of those mystery boxes, Blood Rage might be in it. It's not going to be in it, folks.
Now, I don't know what this means as in, will they be reprinting them? Will they print the same stuff? Will they do the exclusives? Because they can do that. Just if CMON says Kickstarter exclusive, Tabletop Tycoon did not make that promise.
That wasn't us. Could you imagine?
Oh, that would be fantastic.
If that loophole works, I guarantee you some companies out there are thinking to themselves, we could rebrand and then put it out again because technically it's not us. It was that company.
Tabletop Tycoon does a GoFundMe to buy other things from CMON. So we can get all these exclusives.
So I know everyone is, touting that CMON is about to fall to pieces. I don't know what this means for them. These are, again, games that when you see them, you associate with CMON straight off the bat.
Yeah.
They still have many of their big properties. They still have Death May Die.
They have Zombicide,
They do?
okay?
Yeah,
when
that's true.
When they
Oh,
sell
that would be the
Zombicide,
Yes.
Zombicide
then-
and United. Those are the two
yeah.
huge properties.
Yeah, when that goes, then I'm going to start clutching my hat.
I agree.
But I don't have my hat.
You can't clutch anything.
Can't clutch. But
No.
but I think this is older properties. These have got years on them, and maybe they just needed the influx of that money
Well-
to precisely keep them from a skies falling situation.
Do you think? I know Eric Lang definitely has dropped strong hints and actually has said he's working on Blood Rage 2.
Okay,
Who would have that?
Eric Lang.
We'll
I
see.
guess he could sell it. He's an independent contractor.
Well, yeah, but you can't sell an.
I think it's
I
going to
don't
come
think
out
you-
from Exploding Kittens.
I don't think you can sell a sequel to a game from another publisher. There's probably some legalese involved
You
there.
spell it different.
I'm not going to be like, we're making but
Blue Rage.
All right.
Blah.
Let's talk about some other stuff. Cardboard Edison runs a contest every year to honor great unpublished board games, and this year's winner is SammySoundkinds.com.
Wow.
Ooh, that cover. I would not buy the game straight up based on that cover.
Come on, it's great.
I know, but it's a prototype. That's fine.
Windows. Man, it's on fire.
Yeah, your money is burned away in real time. You're going to face up two players, as startup founders in the booming internet industry of 99, working to smartly structure their business, develop their product, and advertise their brand. Obviously, we're looking at a straight-up prototype here, right? So
They're saying it has a real-time element is what it sounds like.
But it takes a while to boot up.
That's cool. It looks cool. I
Yeah.
would try that out.
all right. Okay, so
Wow.
Deckers, this
Like
is
the
a
look of that.
new version, new edition of Richard Wilkins' game Renegade from Victory Point Games. So
Did you ever play that Renegade game?
I don't remember.
I don't think. I know I haven't played it, and I remember vaguely seeing it, but I know I've never
definitely
played it.
came through our studio at one point.
Okay.
I'm changing the name Renegade when. Wait, how do you pronounce that?
Renegade.
That's not even showing up on Board Game Geek.
Ren.
Huh.
It's E.
Okay.
Gade.
Okay, nothing showed up on Board Game Geek. Board Game Geek's just not having a good day looking for stuff.
But breaking news: Tabletop Tycoon just bought up board game.
It's unbelievable.
Anyway, so Renegade has been remade into a game called Deckers, where you're hacking into 5 servers. This is coming from Deep Print, who is one of those companies at this point where I will play on site their stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I really like Deep Print.
Huh. Is all the artwork this good? I like that artwork.
I like it a lot.
I didn't know what you meant by that, so because you really were like, "Is all
that-
the work this
No,
good?"
I could hear the quote.
Well,
This
I
good.
realized going through, I'm like, you guys probably hate it.
I like it.
I like it.
I think
Look
it's
at
fine.
that.
It's
It pops.
colorful.
It's- yeah,
I don't like that
pops.
Renegade cover.
No. It's very Tron.
You don't
Anyway,
like Tron?
that game came out in 2018. This is coming out in 2025, and you can either play solo or cooperative in this game. So
Nice.
cool. Priorities. A party game of absurd choices. That's that question again about the art.
I know. Yeah.
Like,
That avocado has turned.
No AI use in this art.
No.
You know what? Nope.
well, maybe if you're like AI, please show me what Susie Jenkins was drawing in her notebook next to me in 8th grade algebra.
This is the one you input into AI to get the photo later. You're like,
Okay. Anyway, this is coming from Hasbro. This is coming at Gen Con 2025, I believe. It's a party game. You're going to guess how someone will rank random actions and objects, such as sharing feelings and Hawaiian pizza, also known as "This Game Already Exists 80 Times."
too.
Well, this is technically a reprint also, but you're right that this is been done to death.
Yeah.
The ranking things based on what people think. Oof. Yes, I agree.
Art by our very own Tom Basil.
I'm trying to think how I would rank. What's on the cover?
Okay,
That's a
so we have
PlayStation
PlayStation,
controller.
we'll say PlayStation 1, right?
Yeah,
that's one.
PS1, sure. That's a 2, but
An electric car, but it's not a Tesla.
no, right.
a tail.
Baby
It's also-
electric car.
Pooping?
Yeah, that's not sure what the tail.
Is that supposed to be smoke? Because it's electric. That doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
I think
It's a hybrid.
It ran over my beach. Oh, it's a hybrid. That's a good idea. Okay, so we'll call it a hybrid.
Hybrid, okay.
Okay.
Texting? No, stock market crash.
Oh, then we got the winner. Go ahead.
Coffee.
Yeah, buddy.
It's
And
definitely Starbucks.
then what I believe is an avocado.
Not go
Blue avocado.
All right, the highest is obviously
PlayStation 2.
coffee.
Like, there's not even
Thank you.
There's not even a question.
PlayStation
You have
2.
a coffee over PlayStation?
No, I probably wouldn't. Those two go hand in hand.
Sucker, I got him.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right. All
Co
right.
number ones.
All right, moving on. Snailed it.
You even said it that way.
Well, my son watches that show all the time.
Wait, it's a show?
Yeah.
There's a show called Nailed It, which is about making a cake.
Okay.
And these people who cannot, they deliberately bring on people who cannot do anything, and they have to copy this fancy chef cake.
Okay, I've seen the meme when people go nailed it and totally.
Well,
didn't.
Nailed It was the meme came first.
Oh,
The show
really?
came after. I'm just saying in the show they always say nailed. It's pretty funny. Anyway, Snailed It. This is a new version of Kabanga,
Kabanga.
Oh, okay.
which is a game lighter than Uno. But it's also one of those
Good.
games that if you talk to some heavy gamers, they'll be like, this one's good.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Some of them get a pass.
But I'm glad. I mean, this was a game people will enjoy, I think. And so my kids will probably want to play this.
Looks
I'm
good.
surprised they didn't go for the obvious marketing crossover with that movie about the zooming snails. What was that called?
Turbo?
Turbo, right.
wow.
Well, it looks like Turbo.
You got the IP.
didn't
Does
like
anybody
Turbo?
care about Turbo right now, though?
I like Turbo.
I'm sure you did, but this is timeless. Turbo is like kind of about that movie that came out, I don't know when. But
And why would that stop Hasbro?
fair. Fair. They do have a few, like, this line of games that they're reprinting all in these hang tabs, not a great looking packaging. But it's interesting the games they're picking because they're very good, very much, like Tom said, the kinds of games that gamers go, that's a good one. Right? Kabanga or Kabango
Right.
or whatever it's called. Dunk the Skunk
Well,
here.
hang on a second. You didn't look at the news ahead of time. I know you did.
No, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
So you
What
know what
is
this is a
this?
remake of?
This is Llama. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You
Pound.
did your homework. I'm so proud of you.
Well done. Yeah, so this is Llama from Knizia, the good
A
doctor.
much better name and theme, actually. I'm gonna
Dump
give to
the
Hasbro.
Skunk.
Because the whole idea of this game is basically, when are you going to stop?
Right, you got skunked,
It's better than Llama.
I never played Llama.
Which also had periods in it.
which meant something, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
The abbreviation.
I like the name of this, actually. Dump the Skunk.
But then they're also doing, part of this was their own printing of, what is it, Six Nymph? Or whatever, a new printing of that?
They are doing one?
Which we announced, what we
yeah,
announced. We
I
mentioned,
like
a
that
couple
one.
weeks ago or whatever.
But this is pretty good because we're seeing some games that are like mainstays of Germany now
Here.
having the chance to be a mainstay of America.
Yeah.
Because this stuff will be sold at
Yep.
Target and Walmart.
It's got that mainstream art.
I'm going to go pick it up at Kmart.
Yeah. I can't imagine selling a game like Six Nymph to mainstream
By the way,
people.
the game section here at Target is like 10 times better than the one in Homestead at Target.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
Very good.
Buy
No,
two, get one free.
What?
What?
I don't know if that's true.
What is wrong with you? It's like stream of consciousness of a goat.
Conquest of Paradise. This was a game from Kevin McFarland in 2007. I reviewed it back then. It was a game where you went around kind of a bunch of little islands out in the Pacific Ocean here, the Polynesian Triangle, and you you grew up in an island and that's your world.
Yeah.
Then you
Yeah.
get in a canoe and you're like, let's go to the island over there, and you're like,
It's
now
another
the world
planet.
has been doubled.
Yeah. Did you
Anyway,
like it?
yeah, I liked it. It's been a long time since I played it. I don't know what I would like now. I will say the remake looks really nice.
It's a really good illustration at the top.
I
looks
got
good.
the second edition in 2016, which I think looks better. That second box looks better than the first. But the one on the top, good grief.
I know.
That actually makes me think, if I saw that, I think that was an ad for a video game.
Yes.
Like Tropico 4.
Yes.
Are we all just going to the text is fine with everyone here?
What do you mean?
Like the title?
Yeah.
It's like doesn't stand out? All right.
What's wrong with it?
Nothing apparently. No one does this and puts the text on there and is like, all right, perfect. It doesn't stand
Okay,
out. Kind
first
of
of
blends
all,
in.
think that's a wraparound of the whole box, probably.
All right. Okay.
So that part where Conquest of Paradise is the box cover. You would
You
definitely
think
notice
it's
it
on
more.
the ship? It's bothering you? It's on the ship?
Yeah, and then the bottom right. I don't know. It's hard to
The fact it doesn't have a black border around the white letters?
Yes. I don't know why.
Okay.
No, I like it. I think it's okay.
And GMT, I like some of their games.
But this isn't GMT. This is Phalanx. They took it from GMT.
But how much have they redone it?
The artwork completely.
Artwork,
It's
which is
gonna-
probably
They're going to crowdfund it, I guess, at some point. It's on GameFound. Sorry. Yeah, it's GameFound. That's all I know.
Is Tabletop Tycoon involved or not involved?
All right.
Did they
Under
broker the deal?
leaves.
Wait,
Here,
but what's that next to it?
Bajo las hojas. Oh, is it hojas?
Hojas, yes.
Sorry.
Bajo las hojas.
This is from Chilean publisher Fractal Juegos. So when I was at the convention in Mexico a month ago, Mexico has a lot of published games in Spanish, and then the other country that's pretty big in this is Chile. For some
Yeah,
reason,
yeah,
Chile
yeah.
just has a huge amount. Although it's really hard for them, they were telling me, to hold a convention in Chile because the whole country is so long.
Long and skinny.
Like you can't just drive to
good
someone
point.
else's
Yeah.
city so easily. But they have a lot of games, and Fractal Juegos is one of the companies. And this is from designers Trevor Benjamin and Brett Gilbert. This is coming out at Spiel this year. And it presents you with this situation.
Okay, hit me with it.
If we are able to maintain the health and diversity of our garden, then it
Yes.
will fill up with life and become a refuge for fascinating creatures. Done.
Okay.
I'm already out. I don't want any creatures in my garden.
Maybe.
Right. I'll just pretend it's your garden. Keep going.
Well, thank you. Hummingbirds and bees are the first to arrive, filling the air with color and movement. But if we stop and observe with more attention, we will discover a hidden and unknown world. Tiny inhabitants abound in the mushrooms, puddles, and foliage. They're under our feet, living out their lives without being perceived until we decide to look under the leaves.
Under the leaves. Under the leaves. Tiny weird creatures crawling and creeping under the leaves.
Very good.
These creatures would
I
not
want to
survive
eat and
in my
cook
yard.
them
My
all.
dog would be like, I found these
Yeah,
new
that's
creatures
true.
out my back. I thought it would be a
Most are
blessing
poisonous,
to have a
probably.
neighborhood full of bunnies. They're neat to see bunnies all over my neighborhood, but they eat veggies.
Yeah, well,
And you eat bunnies.
these dogs eat bunnies.
I don't think that would go over well with a neighbor.
100% your dog is eating a lot of those bunnies.
They want to.
Yeah.
They haven't got one yet.
Yeah.
I would prefer that not happen.
Yeah.
All right, Thing coming from DVC Games. You're ditching 2 or more object cards from your hand by naming a category that links them all.
This is interesting.
It is. I'm going to give you the rules, and you tell me how the game plays, because I don't get it.
Well, no, I think you have cards. You have to put it out.
No, I
The
played
game's
the game.
over there.
Have you guys played it? I think it
Yeah,
sounds
Tom
neat.
attempted to.
I literally
not
am telling
good.
you, I don't know how
He
it works
can't
from
figure
the rules.
it out. Dummy. I said the loud part out quiet.
No, basically,
Tom's a dummy.
you have 2 cards in your hand or more, and you say all of these are sharp objects and put them out there. And then everyone else starts playing cards from their hand.
Boom.
But if they play a card from their hand, then you need to draw one.
So you have to be very specific, so only your 2 cards fit in that category, nobody else.
It's going to be a game that you argue for the rest of all time.
Oh, I can see that 100%. Like right now?
Thing.
I don't know. Maybe I'd have to see this played. I don't know. All right. How about Mime Battle?
Oh my goodness.
That cover is so bad.
Is this charades?
It's 4 to 12 players. You're gonna compete 2 teams to guess a mimed word or phrase, with both teams miming at the same time, using words that are related or perhaps identical. So it's a spin-off of gestures.
Okay.
However you pronounce it.
You're right about that cover, though. I can't get past it.
Oh, this is the cover?
Yeah,
I
what's
guess
that
you
cover?
guys-
It tells you nothing about the game. It's just a bunch of colors. Is it Uno?
Yeah.
If the word mime wasn't there, but at least that dot looks like your typical mime.
it's a really, I get it. You want the appeal on the shelf to, grab somebody's attention, but this is just color vomit. It doesn't do anything. What am I supposed to grab onto here? The fact that I like colorful things? That's not much to go on.
No.
And as Andrew points out, that's pretty close to an L.
Mime Battle.
Mime Battle.
Meal me.
Hi. Where is that?
This would be terrible. Terrible.
This
terrible.
is, where is that Europe or where is that South America? Both of these covers deliberately made so that you can put these at an educational store because that's the only place you're going to sell them.
100%.
So today's not a great day for covers.
I agree.
These are party games, as you could tell from those covers. From Magnus Carlsen and Eric Anderson Suden, good designers, also from Fractal Vegas. You're going to build maps on the table using cards that show part of the region in question.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. So.
I would be so bad at both of these games. I know that.
You'd be better at Europe, I think, wouldn't you? You think you'd be better at Europe than...
I don't think I'd be good at like either one of these.
Oh, I know I would not.
You would not be good at Florida.
I would not be... Yeah, I would not.
Here's the Fort Myers version. So I was like, well, I'm out.
I told people so many times I'm going to go up to Miami, and they have to correct me. Yeah, it would not be good. It's down.
Okay. Add to playlist. Get to know your friends through music. And in the bottom corner, it says party game, as if Big Potato makes anything else.
That's the helpful kind of tag I need.
This does look like a Big Potato cover, though.
It does.
So this splits players into two teams. Each builds their own playlist on their phone's music app, with a particular player choosing a song for one of 5 revealed categories. You have to guess who chose a song, which category that song fits, and both at the same time. I would lose this game so much. You guys would always know my song.
Yeah.
Like, who else would listen to this?
Nobody else is listening to this weird cover version of a song nobody listens to in the first place.
That is,
True.
I thought this would be too easy. Well, I guess if you don't know the people, but...
Playing with Kenny would be the easiest thing, actually.
Yeah, if you can't
I'd be like, that's the Dead Milkmen. Every time.
Because he also has a shirt on.
And it'd be like,
Well, I think that's a category for Kenny. It'd be like punk.
Exactly.
yeah, that's what he listens to is punk. Kenny's a punk.
This might be fun. Some people aren't going to like it, though, because it requires phones.
And hand you your phone out and all that,
Yeah. I need your phone. I'm out of this game.
Get so many texts. What do you mean?
What's the best thing as we continue looking at
my
great
goodness.
covers? Good grief.
This is the same ranking
the
game,
ranking.
isn't it? I mean, aren't they both
This is
publishing?
two different designers. You get a different category number from 1 to 10. And you name something from that category that would rank in that slot, with 10 out of 10 being the best. Everyone then tries to line up the answers from low to high to avoid losing lives.
Oh, so it's a little more like Ito.
Ito.
A little bit,
or also
whatever.
the one that what's the Exploding Kittens people made one that escalated quickly.
Okay, right.
Theirs is also 1 to 10. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you can't copyright mechanisms, and these guys definitely thought of this idea on their own. All right, don't fall for it. Another game here. This is from Phil Walker Harding.
This one says team game. Not a party game.
Oh.
A team game.
Okay.
In this, you are going to pull a plank from a tower if you incorrectly identify something as being a member of a category. Pull the wrong plank, and cubes might fall from inside the tower.
See, this I need to see, because this
I
sounds
agree.
incredibly cool.
It does.
It does, but it doesn't sound like a game that fits in that size
That's
box.
what I was thinking.
I know.
Yes.
How do you fold this?
I
Anyway, it
know.
has some kind of construction. I'm guessing there's cubes, and I suppose where the wrong thing to take, there will be a hole through
Right.
that.
And then
I want to see this. I can't quite grasp how you put it in there.
Yeah.
But that's really neat to see Phil Walker Harding doing something so different.
Papyra. No, I don't know. How do you say? Is it Papyra, maybe?
Paperia?
Paperia. So Bernd Eisenstein from Iron Games says he only does a game once every couple years or so.
Yeah.
And this is his year. A 1 to 4 player game that's 90 to 120 minutes. This takes place in Mesopotamia. You build inventions and essentially do Euro game stuff in Euro game ways.
This
You've
looks
liked some
cool.
of his other
I
games.
like Iron Games, and I like his designs generally. I know one of them got reviewed not too long ago, and I really enjoyed it. I forget which one it is. They're never really lookers necessarily.
This one looks better than the others. I
The
think.
covers, it's funny because the covers are usually really striking covers. I think the inside of the games are usually like, they're okay. But no, they've been making really neat stuff, and I'm super excited to try this one out also. I like the way he makes games. They feel heavier, and they are heavier, thinkier than how approachable they are. I can get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can kind of get in there and manipulate it. I'm a dummy, so I need that.
All right.
Oh,
David Turtzi
yes.
is releasing a new game.
Filth.
A game called Mechanisms.
It's not called this. This is
The game is called Mechanisms.
This is their spoiler. I don't know what the game is.
The game is called XXX. XX.
No one's allowed to play this. No, they're like making fun of. Turns out it's just mechanisms, which seems like a weird thing to lead into, but some Euro gamers are like,
I know.
Everything about this sounds good.
It's a little self-referential, but worker placement, I like that. City building, not for me.
Like it.
Tile placement, yes.
Good.
Contracts,
Sign it.
sure. End of round bonuses, wow.
That's a weird
That's a very
mechanism
odd
to
mechanism.
tap, right?
Yeah. Does this have end-of-round bonuses?
I only play games with end of round bonuses. Well, this one gives you a little bonus at the beginning of the round. Get it out of here. And then set collection. At this point, they should start including things like boxes. All
right, whatever. We've
Rule
done enough
books.
stuff on this. Zoology.
That's cute.
This is from Jeffrey CCH. From Ice Makes. They made Terroscape and Isla and something shiny. This is a 2 to 6 player game. It can be played either competitively or cooperatively, which makes it lose a point right out the gate. The Encyclopedia Zoological has burst open.
Oh.
And animals are coming out of it because that's what happens when you...
Don't open your books, folks.
For kids who don't know, the Encyclopedia, this is what happened. This is why we bought
that's
this,
why
because
we
animals
stopped
came out.
selling them door to door.
It was too dangerous.
Yeah, kids don't know about the original.
Anyway, you have to put animals in
Jumanji.
the right spots. You're going to get an animal card that others can see, and you're going to ask questions about characteristics, appearances, and behavior, and you're going to try to figure out their animal's secret identity. So it kind of sounds like you have a picture of an animal, and people are giving you, it's big. You're like, is it a bear?
No, it's gray.
Is it
Gray
a hippo?
bear.
No, it has a trunk.
It's a gray
Is it
bear
a
with
traveling
a trunk.
Yes.
In your face.
I really thought it was a bear.
I hope that this is good. I don't know how it's going to work, but he's made good stuff in the past, so we can hope.
Yeah.
All right, some new stuff from Villainous. We have Disney Villainous Treacherous Tide. Now, I was trying to figure out, I think this is for the original Villainous because they have a new Villainous, a lighter, easier Villainous.
That's right.
So I think this is the other one. The new
This
villains
is-
here are Davy Jones,
And?
who I like a lot. And Tamatoa.
Yeah. Is this
Oh, really?
Yeah. We'll play that song the whole time.
And Tamatoa doesn't really go but there.
It's the best part
I
of that
was a
movie.
dumb little crab once. I don't remember how the song goes. Something
so
like
good.
that.
Now this
It's a
one,
weird song.
Does this one have the shared deck? Is that what you're trying to figure out? Or
Yeah, right? Because it's the original stuff.
No, this is going to be combined with any other Disney Villainous game, so it's not a shared deck.
so everyone has their own fate? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, which one is the shared deck? Was
Star
this
Wars?
the original or the
Star Wars did it, but they announced a few months ago a new Villainous. It was like streamlined.
Yeah, I
and there's
remember
one
that.
deck.
Yeah.
This is not going to be compatible with that.
Oh, that's like a standalone entry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's like dumbed down Villainous. I'm
I
not
thought
sure
they were
that's even
switching
out
over.
yet.
Okay.
This is coming
Okay.
out July 21st. But wait, there's more Villainous, more Star Wars Villainous.
How come both of these have such a bad cover?
Hey,
Is it just a bad image or... Oh, that blue on black is...
Well, blue is Thrawn's color. Grand Admiral Thrawn or Count Dooku.
He has his own color?
No,
Get off
he's a
your
blue
high
alien.
horse.
I don't know. I'm saying he's blue. Anyway, that's coming out. Is this also... No, this is August 1st. You got to wait a week after the other one comes out. Alrighty. Mystery Riddles Advent Calendar. This is the new Advent Calendar from Ravensburger. Did we not play the first one, did we?
Mystery Riddles. I've never seen these.
No, I haven't either. That sounds
that's
awesome.
cool. I don't
The
know if
something
this is...
Palace?
There's a tricky puzzle in each. They're copying, obviously, the
Yeah, the exit ones.
that's Cosmos, right? No, who's the exit one? That's
Cosmos,
Cosmos,
yeah.
yeah. And I like those. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'd like to try to see if it's any good or not.
That tiger's looking into my soul.
Right?
Well, also,
Oof.
that's a fever dream, that cover.
Yeah.
That's a big tiger, too.
All right.
Trunks.
Norse Wind.
Salute
This is from
the
Aporta
ocean.
Games. We always say that you should judge games by their covers because you really should, but don't judge an Aporta game by its cover.
No.
Their games are always better than they look.
Yeah.
Aporta makes great games, and so I'm going to, even though I would not get this otherwise, the name, everything about this, I'm like, meh. But I really like Aporta, and the designer is who's the designer? Stefani Nicolini and Marco Canetta. I don't know them.
Well, this was interesting. This is the first Aporta game, I think, that is not from like the Aporta guys. You know,
Right.
usually it includes like Ostby is one of the designers or some of the other people that I'm guessing own the company. I don't know the inner workings, but this is not from those people. So I'm curious what made those guys want to publish someone else's design.
Right.
It is a tableau building game, and I do like those. So looking forward to trying this one out. I'm assuming this is coming out at Spiel.
It has tableau building, end of round bonuses.
Well, I'm in. That's all I had to say.
And then we have Recall. I'm very interested in this one because
that's
it's from the
cool.
same people who made Revive, which is a fantastic game.
Okay.
Same design team. Recall here. This is by Dr. O. Is this a new they started another company?
They've had this one now for a couple of releases.
I get confused. They have several
Yeah, you know,
companies.
that group of characters have a few companies.
Yeah.
They have the Alion one, Aporta, this O something O. They have a few companies that
Really?
all kind of belong to the
They
same.
work with Madigo.
yeah.
Anyway, in this game, you'll start with one of 14 unique tribes and one of 18 unique gadgets, and you're gonna lead your tribe, explore lands, and find ancient civilizations.
So this is
a nice
post-apocalyptic,
cover.
like Revive was, right?
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, you're
I
gonna.
hope
Yeah,
it's
you're looking
good.
for
Totally
ancient
different cover there.
civilizations. You'd be like, oh look, I found this George Washington's teeth.
That's
No, that would be ancient to us now. I think to them, it'd be like, I found this iPhone 16.
I think we
Hey,
consider
look at this
George
piece of
Washington
crap.
ancient yet. That's not. We don't consider it ancient yet.
I consider him ancient.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
I mean, wooden teeth? Get out of here with that.
it's insane. Splinters in your gums.
All right. Anyway, you're going to choose different paths 3 times over the course of the game, with the chosen path giving an immediate bonus. So
Immediate bonuses. There you go. That's a mechanism.
I don't like that.
I'm very
I like 'em
interested
into the
in this
round.
one. Of all the games we're talking about today, I think this is one that interests me the most.
That looks
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
And speaking of looking amazing, CGE is relaunching their Codenames and making the boxes look different, basically, in celebration of their 10th anniversary. And I think those are some pretty cool looking boxes.
I think so too.
Very
I
good.
think that's going to fly off the Target shelves more than the other one.
Yeah, so the Codenames
Finally,
app, of
they'll
course,
sell
doing
some
really
copies.
well. What's new? They are changing stuff. It's not just that they look different. So there's brand new box art. There's updated word cards, vibrant key cards, new agent illustrations. So that just sounds like a more of a cosmetic thing, other than
And,
changing the
new
words, right?
New words, yeah.
And they're also making their card stand out of that rewood stuff, which seems to be working pretty well, actually.
Cool.
And a streamlined rule book. So I like Codenames a lot. I think this is neat. And I really, we've been talking about bad boxes all day. You see this on the shelf, you want to buy it.
Right.
I
That's a
really
good
do.
box.
Very, very good.
This is like when I see those candies that have 2 flavors, and you're like, well, it's got to be better than single flavor.
I know. There's no way.
Code
Mango
names.
and grape. Like, well,
Code
man.
names duos.
All right. And that, folks, is our news. That is our last live thing. Normally we do a live top 10 or something today, but we are building the news studio. We are preparing for the spectacular. Next week, we're going to have live stuff starting Monday at 9 and going all the way through to the end of Thursday. 4 full days. I think there's 13 cool games that we're playing through. We have a top 10 list. You're going to get to see the behind the scenes of people's personal collections.
Ooh.
And more than that from Joey. No.
Maybe.
What's that
told you.
mean? That's very
told you.
ominous.
I show every room in my house.
One at a time.
One at a
Down
time.
into the basement. What's
about-
behind this door?
Settle in. It's a couple hours.
Interesting. Travel
Anyway.
log, but just your house.
And of course, we got videos going up all weekend. Lots of reviews. Check them out. Until then, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
And I'm Joey Evans.
See you at Dice Tower East.
Yes.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us for that video. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hey, make sure you check out what's happening, where I'll cover an app on an iOS or a Switch device, and you can check it out along with me. Thanks very much. You've been watching The Dice Tower.